She said she wants I said, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. She said she wants I said, no, I don't want it. I for that bus. I didn't want it. I don't want it. She said she wants I said, no, I don't want that. I don't want it.
Just look at my wrist, I got time today. Moneybagg, you looking so fine today.
What?
Yeah, pull up wine and red. I got blue on me.
Hell no.
Social media has been a game changer for bringing people closer and sharing big moments. But let's be real, it's also full of jaw-dropping wild surprises. Picture this, you're live on Twitch or Twitter, totally in the moment, and then boom, you forget where you are and what you're saying. Now, this could happen to anyone, but for some gangster rappers, well, it comes with a price.
But at some point, he must have popped some type of pill or shot something up. I don't know. I don't know what drugs he's on specifically and how he gets them into his system.
So first up, Kodak Black made quite a stir during a live session with Cenat that's been all over social media lately, and everyone's talking about it. Cenat, if you didn't know, is in the middle of this epic streaming marathon called Mafiathon 2, which basically means he's live non-stop for the entire month of November. He's on Twitch every minute, every single day, aiming to raise money while also chasing that big goal of becoming the most subscribed streamer on the platform. And of course, since it's Kai we're talking about, he's managed to get some serious star power involved. We're talking guests like Lil Uzi Vert and even Miranda Cosgrove. But this time, it was Kodak Black's turn to hop on. And let's just say the vibe got intense pretty fast.
She said she wants to suck for me. I said, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. She said she wants to suck for me. I said, no, I don't want it. I'm just waiting for that bus. I didn't want it. I don't want it. She said she wants to suck for me. I said, no, I don't want that. I don't want it.
Clips from this live stream with Kodak went viral almost instantly, mostly because Kodak seemed, well, completely zoned out for most of the session.
Huh? No.
And then in a moment that really raised eyebrows, Kodak looked like he tossed a white pill, what many think was Percocet, into his mouth. For those who don't know, Percocet can be highly addictive and is a serious opioid, which comes with big risks of AB, overdose, and even death. Kai, who was keeping an eye on the chat like he always does, looked shocked when he saw Kodak do that. He even cut the music right then and there, left totally speechless, clearly caught off guard. But that wasn't all. The whole session had these strange, unsettling moments where Kodak would twitch, mumble incoherently, or just look kind of lost, like he was somewhere far off mentally. Meanwhile, Kai's fans were typing away in the chat, and not all of it was nice. Some of them were downright harsh about Kodak's behavior. Some people were even connecting it to his past statements about feeling lonely and his struggles with addiction, saying things like they wished Lil Uzi was still on instead, with one person summing up the whole feeling by typing, "Bring back Uzi." And when Kodak caught sight of those comments, you could see that it really hit him. He even wanted to leave, but Kai did his best to ease the tension, reading out positive messages to show Kodak that there were still fans who wanted him there, and it did seem to help a little.
Y'all don't like me, yo.
Who don't like you?
They don't love me here, bro.
Who don't like you? Chat?
Yeah, everybody on this chat.
That was one, you got one. That was one person.
I like you.
Look, they say they love you. Look, chat. Look, they say no. I love Kodak. I love Kodak. No, stay. No. Look.
Now, it's not like Kodak's any stranger to controversy. He's got a history, and it's pretty wild. He's had run-ins with the law dating back to when he was just 18 in 2015, and a lot of it has been connected to drugs. Even with fame on his side, he faced arrests for a long list of charges like ASLT, robbery, kidnapping, false imprisonment, and drug possession. He once even got accused of forcing people into his car after he suspected someone broke into his home in Broward County, Florida. He was out on bond not long after, but that definitely wasn't the end of things. Just 2 months later, he was back in trouble, this time in St. Lucie County, where he was caught with marijuana and charged for having drug paraphernalia. So yeah, Kodak Black's appearance on Cenat's livestream definitely sparked a lot of reactions, and it seems his complex, controversial story just added a new chapter. So back in 2016, 2016, Kodak Black had a mountain of legal issues piling up, and one of the biggest cases was from an incident in Florence, South Carolina, where he allegedly assaulted a young woman in February of that year. She claimed that after one of Kodak's shows at a nightclub called Treasure City, she went back to his hotel room with him, and that's where things took a dark turn. She reported that Kodak forced himself on her, ripping off her clothes, biting her, and ultimately R-ing her, which led to him being charged with criminal misconduct. Fast forward through more years of trouble, and the most recent incidents are from early and late 2023, both involving drug issues and missing court-mandated drug tests. Tests that he eventually failed when fentanyl showed up in his system. While charges were brought up, by February 2024, he ended up getting released, adding yet another chapter to his long history of legal struggles. But whilst getting out of jail, he made a dramatic swing on the press, which gave many fans the impression that he might be struggling with mental health problems.
Breaking news, rapper Kodak Black has just bonded out of jail.
Don't throw anything at our camera. Don't throw anything at our camera. Don't throw it at our camera.
Now, Kodak's live streaming may remind you of something else wild that happened recently with Aiden Ross when he decided to team up with Moneybagg Yo for what he probably thought would be a chill hangout. It all starts off smooth. They're just vibing, freestyling, Aiden's trying to keep up, and Moneybagg's actually being super cool, showing him a bit of how to really freestyle. But
It's like, wait, come on, I gotta catch it.
Then Aiden decides he's going to pull a prank. He drops some sus joke mid-freestyle, probably hoping to get a laugh.
So look at my wrist, I got time today. Moneybagg, you looking so fine today.
What?
Yeah, pull a wine and red. I got blue on me.
Hell no.
Moneybagg, though, he's not having it. He's dead serious and just gives Aiden this look, like, what are you even doing? It's clear he's not into the joke, so Aiden's like, okay, let me have one more shot, and he hops on another beat. But then, barely a few seconds in, he says another wild, off-the-wall thing, and this time Moneybagg's like, alright, I'll let it slide. But it doesn't end there. Aiden asks for yet another beat, and, well, he just can't help himself. He throws out yet another joke that's way out there. This time, Moneybagg's had enough. He actually swings at Aiden, trying to get him to chill out with the jokes, completely forgetting they're live on stream.
Give me just give me something quick, like, bone since I was a jit. Grab a toothpick, grab it, twist it, like it's a
So yeah, Aiden learned pretty quick that not everyone's into the whole sus humor, especially when it's pushed one too many times. And then there was this wild back and forth on live stream between Prime and Charleston White that took a crazy turn in August 2023. It all started when Aiden Ross started talking with Charleston White, and surprisingly fans were loving the unexpected duo, so much so that Aiden decided to plan a trip to Vegas for the two of them. Aiden's close friend Prime, another streamer, was also invited to tag along for the trip, which seemed like a good idea at first, but little did they know, things were about to get messy. So they're all in Vegas having a good time, but there's this constant tension between Charleston and Prime, with little disagreements popping up every now and then. And then, while they're out having a meal, things go from awkward to downright chaotic when Prime, out of nowhere, calls Charleston Rainbow.
Why are you worried about it though? You just ask me a straight up question.
Yes.
This come jump in. This come jump in. This come jump in and go to talking on my but I'm
Charleston doesn't take it lightly and snaps back, asking Prime why he's so caught up with what he does with his own Jimmy, if you catch the drift. Charleston then questions why Prime even jumped into the conversation when Aiden was clearly asking him something, and that just sets Prime off. He fires back, making it clear he's not playing around. And Charleston, of course, isn't one to back down, so he lets Prime know that he's not joking either. The two of them go at it, trading insults for a bit, and then Charleston cranks it up a notch by calling Prime all sorts of names. Prime warns him to chill with the insults, but that only fires up Charleston even more, and he stands up over Prime, taunting him, asking what he's really going to do if he's trying to act all tough.
you came and jumped in. You ain't gonna do that. You gonna do this. What you gonna do this? What you gonna do? You gonna get your knife? I don't get no knife. I know what to do.
At this point, Prime's fed up and turns to Aiden, basically asking him to get Charleston away from him because he doesn't want things to get violent, saying he doesn't want to risk getting maced or poked up by Charleston. Meanwhile, Charleston's telling Aiden he's about to leave the stream anyway because Prime is trying to hog all the attention, but not before Charleston threatens to do something if Prime keeps pushing. The situation was so intense that as soon as Charleston left, Prime immediately went live on Instagram trying to explain himself because fans were calling him out for ruining the stream. Prime made it clear that the only reason he didn't take things further with Charleston was because he knew Charleston had mace on him. Then it gets even crazier because not long after that, fans find out that Aiden and Prime actually ended up calling the police to have Charleston removed from their hotel, worried that he might actually harm Prime if they let things escalate.
Pressuring me by being a snitch and he been blowing your all day. Do you want to call the cops? What kind of he been blowing me a Europe man, been blowing me, then call the police on me.
It's safe to say that this Vegas trip turned into one huge, unexpected showdown. Let's get into this live moment with Neon, who's a streamer known for acting all tough online and talking crazy, like he's totally fearless. But as it turns out, there's a big difference between talking online and real-life situations, and he found that out the hard way. So Neon had this habit of doing a drill dance called the Naughty Bop, which basically disrespects a 14-year-old rapper who tragically lost his life after getting stabbed in a train station in New York. This dance was actually created by Naughty Ops to mock him, and fans kept warning Neon to chill with it, saying he wasn't from the streets and shouldn't be making fun of the dead. But Neon kept at it, ignoring the warnings, until Naughty's brother DD Osama saw one of Neon's videos. DD Osama reached out and asked Neon to stop disrespecting his late brother, but Neon wasn't listening. Then things took a turn. One day, DD Osama actually managed to find Neon's location and tried to jump him along with Neon's manager.
Neon!
Luckily for Neon, he managed to slip away before things got physical. But then, a full 3 months later, they crossed paths again, and this time DD Osama confronted him, making him apologize on the spot for doing that dance and disrespecting his brother. Neon was clearly rattled, and a security guard was right there on standby just in case things went sideways. But DD Osama wasn't looking to hurt him, he just wanted to make sure Neon understood that dissing someone he didn't know, especially someone who'd passed, was crossing a line.
Listen, I just want to tell you this, baby boy, you don't know where I come from. Like, you not from the streets, baby boy. Like, you was really a nerd, baby boy. You was really a nerd, baby boy.
And as if that wasn't enough, Neon got checked by yet another rapper, and this time it was even more intense. Neon was out streaming with Ruby Rose, and they ended up going to a studio together. While they were there, NLE Choppa shows up, and things immediately get tense. Choppa was angry because some of Neon's fans had apparently gotten one of Choppa's shows canceled, which made him miss out on a chunk of money. Right away, they cut the cameras, and Choppa lays it down, telling Neon he messed up his concert and that he owed him the money he lost because of the cancellation. As they're leaving the studio, you can hear Neon's security guard mentioning that one of Choppa's crew even pulled out a Draco on Neon's team. Yeah, they were really upset about all the money lost from the canceled show. So, safe to say, Neon's tough guy act online has gotten him into some serious trouble in real life. And it's pretty clear he's had to learn the hard way that actions, even dances, have consequences when they go beyond the screen. Neon isn't the only streamer who found himself in hot water with a rapper for talking reckless about someone who'd passed, because it turns out Sneako had his own run-in too. One day, Sneako was streaming and vibing along to New York drill music, and while rapping to a track, he ended up dissing someone from New York named J-Rip, who had already passed. Fast forward, and New York drill rapper C Blue happens to link up with Aiden Ross for a jail stream, and Sneako's there too. The moment C Blue spots Sneako, he checks him right then and there for disrespecting J-Rip and makes him apologize for saying what he did. Thankfully, C Blue kept it cool and mature, handling the whole thing calmly without snapping on Sneako, but he definitely made sure Sneako understood that some lines shouldn't be crossed.
You on the internet dissing my homies.
Internet.
I'm gonna need a personal apology.
Just apologize, bro. Real.
Then there's Buba, who learned his own lesson after trying to mess around with Mayo. It all started when Buba walked up to Mayo for an interview, acting like he could take him down and snatch his chain. just joking around but pushing it a bit too far. Now Mayo wasn't in the best mood to begin with, so he warned Buba to keep it respectful and not say anything wild. But Buba went right ahead, starting the interview with that same wild energy, saying his mission was to get a chain. Buba kept up with the jokes, even after Mayo asked him to chill, and you could see Mayo's patience thinning because Buba was clearly wasting his time. But then Buba takes it up a notch and asks Mayo some crazy question about how bad Mayo thinks he could beat him up. That's when Mayo finally had enough. He turns to Buba and makes it clear he's not playing, saying something like, "I just told you. Didn't I just tell you not to play with me?"
Chill.
Mayo's reaction was the perfect reminder that pushing someone's buttons can go sideways real fast, especially when respect is on the line. So while we already covered Kodak's wild appearance on Cenat's live stream, it's worth pointing out that Kai himself isn't exactly a stranger to controversy, especially when it comes to pushing the limits on stream. Kai has had his fair share of moments where he seems to forget that he's live, and one standout incident was back in January 2023 when he decided to do an edible challenge with fellow streamers Your Rage and Chris Next Door. They all thought it'd be a chill stream, just hanging out and trying edibles together, with each of them having their own piece. Kai, feeling a little too confident, was acting all cocky, thinking he could handle it easily, until he actually ate a piece of that chocolate bar. That's when things took a turn.
You blow my high. You blow my high.
I'm gonna do this.
3, 2,
Hey, cheers.
1. Okay, the objective.
It all kicked in while they were munching on their food, but Kai was the one really struggling. You could see him battling just to keep his eyes open. It became so intense that in the middle of a game of human fall flat, he couldn't hang on anymore and started nodding off, practically asleep on stream.
Go to your closet. Go to your closet and get some shades, bro. Throw the shades. Oh, he good. Nah, when you throw the shades on, they give you like good control.
The chat was eating it up, laughing at Kai trying to fight off the edible's effects, but Twitch wasn't as amused about one of their top streamers getting that recreational on camera. Just a few days later, they hit him with a 3-day ban. The twist though, that temporary ban only worked in Kai's favor because just after the ban lifted, he launched his 30-day subathon, and the buzz around his little edible mishap gave it even more attention. In a way, the ban turned into the ultimate marketing boost, drawing viewers in to see what Kai might do next in his month-long streaming Mafiathon. During Kai's first Mafiathon back in February 2023, he decided to spice things up a bit by inviting a model over for a live date, which was honestly a pretty bold move, especially with the whole internet watching. At first, it was just a fun, casual vibe, and while there were a few moments that seemed a little awkward, it actually looked like the two were hitting it off, with their chemistry only growing as the night went on. The model even stuck around afterward, popping up in other parts of the stream, and viewers were all in, invested in whatever was going on between the two of them. Fast forward about 17 hours into the Mafiathon, and they're sitting at a bar in his house chatting away, laughing and just vibing. But then things got interesting. At one point, if you looked closely, you could see the model making some super suspicious movements under the table.
How about that? Stop posting your money, stop posting your car, stop posting your house. Go on there and post your personality. Show me how funny you are. Show me how,
A few seconds go by and suddenly Kai's expression changes. He's looking just a bit too happy, a little too entertained by what's supposed to be just a friendly conversation. And then as quickly as it started, the model casually pulls her hand back up and you can almost see Kai's brain kick into high gear as he realizes that the chat has totally caught on. People in the chat are going wild, throwing out all kinds of reactions and guesses as to what they just saw. To cover it up, Kai tries to laugh it off, telling the chat that she was simply scratching his leg, just a harmless little scratch. But let's be real, the chat wasn't exactly buying it. At first glance, it might not seem like a big deal, just a funny, almost caught in the act moment. But things quickly spiraled, and suddenly Kai was facing a wave of people accusing him of breaking Twitch's rules, with some even calling for him to be banned. Given how strict Twitch can be when it comes to anything even remotely not family-friendly, there was a real chance that this could have led to Kai's channel getting seriously penalized, if not outright terminated. Fortunately, he managed to dodge that bullet, and Twitch didn't end up banning him or taking down his channel. In the end, it just became another wild chapter in Kai's Mafiathon, leaving fans with a memorable moment that nearly got a little too real on live stream. While social media plays a vital role, it also reminds us to check ourselves so as not to be put in awkward situations where we may not have the ability to help ourselves.